Hate to bring you bad news, but Ontario was in day 3 of high cases, and we just broken another record. But before that, so hospitals are in Ontario are calling for a stricter lockdown because of the hard hit regions. I assume that means gray zone, and red zones means Windsor-Essex, Peel region, Toronto, and York region for the gray zone. And for the red zone, that is London-Middlesex region, Wellington-Dufferin-Guelph region, Waterloo region, Hamilton region, Halton region, and yeah. Oh, actually, I have a list right here. Simcoe, Muskoka region, and Hamilton, and Halton region. Yeah. So hospitals are like filling up with coronavirus case patients, and they want to lighten it up for like lessen the numbers. The Ontario Hospital Association that asking the government to implement a 4-week lockdown and public health unit with the infection rate of 40 out of 100,000 population or higher. So they're doing making sure that hospitals do not explode with coronavirus patients, and let's hope that that doesn't happen. Students, okay. So Ontario's education minister. So students and educators are prepared to bring home bring. So in case if there is like a shift to after Christmas and New Year's Day is over, there is a chance, high chance, that we will be switching to online classes. So students and staff are told to bring anything from school that they think they can use to student teachers that they can teach from home, online, and students can learn at home. But I know it's going to be very uncomfortable because many students will try and choose not to, and it's going to be hard to focus because they're at home. So there's going to be a lot of distractions. I understand that. This is all because of coronavirus cases are increasing in so many schools right now. Windsor-Essex is closed, and yeah, pretty much. So Toronto has 11 schools closed right now until changes are reported. So let's bring it. Let's bring in today's numbers. Today's number is at 2,432 coronavirus cases This makes it's the third day with over 2,000 cases, 42nd day with over 1,000 cases. Yep, we're still counting. So yeah, it's we really have a lot to report right now. So 730 seven cases are from Toronto, 434 is from Peel region, 209 is from York region, 190 is from Windsor-Essex region, 142 is from Hamilton, and 104 is from Halton region. So Hamilton and Halton have made it back on the list again. Windsor-Essex region is getting closer to the same number as York region. And yeah, all other public health units are reported under 100 cases right now. So every other region that not named needs to be careful. 23 more deaths were reported, and even the small rural regions are getting closer to at least 50 cases a day. So yeah. So forget about saying orange zone rules, because it's the red zone rules and the gray zone rules that we need to focus on the most. So this is for red zone, London-Middlesex region, Simcoe Muskoka region with the specific rules, Wellington-Dufferin-Guelph region, Waterloo region with the specific rules too, Hamilton and Halton region. Yep. So return to modified stage 2, with maximum of 10 people allowed in restaurants and bars, gyms, fitness centers, casinos, and indoor event spaces at the time. And with Waterloo region, restaurants, gyms, and fitness centers and casinos are closed. Event spaces only allow 10 people at a time. Simcoe Muskoka, gathering limits are allowed 5 people indoors, 25 people outdoors. Restaurants and bars can only, gyms and fitness centers only have a 10 people limit. 10 people for indoor classes, and 25 for outdoor classes for like fitness stuff. Gray zone rules. Okay, this is for Toronto, Peel region, and Windsor-Essex region. So the rules are pretty standard, a lot of stuff is closed. Indoor dining, outdoor dining, driving school, except virtual classes, casinos, gambling, cinema, the film and television production, amenities at from available at hotels and motels. Personal care, nightclubs and strip clubs can only provide us takeout and foods, drink. Social gatherings of any kind are not allowed. Curbside pickup is standard for cannabis stores, libraries, and non-essential shops. Shops at malls have a specific designated parking lot now. You will see it next to the handicap parking. York region. So what's different is indoor individual team sports aren't allowed except for high performance athletes and professional leagues. I'm assuming that means people who train for worldwide tournaments or the Olympics. And Gatherings of any kind are not allowed except people from the same household. That's still standard. Drive-in cinemas are open. Rehearsals and performances are allowed without spectators. So if you play on a brass instrument or a wind instrument, you have to have a special barrier around you. Same as supermarkets and cash register, the areas and stores. Household services are allowed, like babysitting and like nannies. Health Health services are open, like dentists, doctors, and hospitals. Post-secondary classes are open to medical training classes or in the trades. All of the classes are still online classes. Supermarkets, grocery stores, convenience stores, big box stores, hardware stores, and pharmacies are open to 50 people at a time. Real estate and car dealerships are open on appointment only. Sports and recreation facilities are open for things like childcare. The curbside pickup rule is still standard, and with shops at malls designated pickup areas. So schools and childcare centers are still open unless if it's mentioned that they are closed. Takeout is available at restaurants, and if the restaurant's website is not updated, check DoorDash.ca for more info. Do not socialize with others unless it's an emergency. And today's coronavirus cases and people in the hospitals is 919. 266 are in ICU. 172 in ICU are on a ventilator. Schools. This is from 955 schools. They should really do something. I'm glad that the school board is doing something about this, at least online classes. So 7,016 students coronavirus cases from schools, 4,884. So 4,884 from students. Okay, that's too much. 1,030 staff from staff. 1,095 from unknown individuals. 22 schools are closed. Majority of them are from Windsor-Essex. Eleven of them are from, Well, 6 are from Toronto, and right now, we don't know if they reopened one, but I don't assume they did. And a couple others from other areas in gray and red zones. Long-term care homes, now it's 2,446 deaths of patients. 140 outbreaks are going on in long-term care homes. And so still The same thing. Rural regions are asking gray zone and red zone regions not to visit. Uh-huh. No wonder some of rural regions have been bumped up to higher zones. Halliburton, Peterborough, Northumberland, Quinte West, yellow zone. I'm in that area, so I'm not happy about it still. And Simcoe, Muskoka is now in the red. Eastern Ontario is now in orange. Leeds, Grenville, and Lanark is region is now in joined us in the yellow zone. So food banks. So if you can donate to your local food banks, if you can help those in need. Let's look at rankings. So Quebec has done very terribly right now with 169,173. Look, I'm just going to read these off. Ontario's at 150,468. Alberta's still in third with 84,597. BC is at 44,103. Manitoba is at 21,826. Saskatchewan is at 12,594. Nova Scotia is at now at 1,430. New Brunswick is at 567. Newfoundland and Labrador 364. Nunavut 258. PEI 89. Yukon Territories 59. Northwest Territories still at the bottom with 22. Canada-wide 486,155. So if you added that all up, you would get that number. Wow. Just wow. And also with many changes, I'm not happy with what I am seeing right now. Don't follow coronavirus safety rules. Do what you. If you really want coronavirus out here, then you gotta start committing. Follow them rules and regulations. Don't meet up with anyone in large numbers. All my maximum. Don't minimum. The maximum number is 10. Keep that in mind. Stay out of areas where coronavirus kids can be high. Gray zone, red zone, and avoid going to places if you're from a high case area. Gray zone, red zone. Check which color of your region is in. Stay safe, folks. Look really down. But looking at this, I don't think I have anything to celebrate this Christmas, and I don't. Neither will you. Bump down that number.